Mirror system. Structures rooms. Imagine many secrets may be hidden in the walls. We should be watchful. We should.
And here's my room. Pardon the mess. These creatures are all my creations. Keep me company when the other red wizards grow tiresome. That is to say, much of the time.
Sophia's room. Column torso. No, we need a head. Gaze golem head. I think we would be ready to go on the composition. Introduction 10/adamant. Bonus ability Scorching Gaze. What is that? Elder Earth
Don't make
Elemental.
this too easy for me.
Lori con Forus.
Ooh. What's this? Book of the Waves. This book is almost slimy and wet to the touch. Its cover made of shark skin, and its leathery pages bound together with kelp. It glows with the wavery blue shade of the deep ocean. It is not entirely known from where this book came from and how it was made. Some propose that a wizard crafted it to draw himself closer to the elements. Others suggest it came from the dangerous goddess Umberlee, and still more theorize it was crafted by a civilization beneath the waves to protect those of their kin who chose to travel on land. Whatever its origin, its power is obvious. Arcane spell failure, minus 10%. Extract water elemental, mass drown. Summon water elemental, has 40 charges. Arcane spell failure, minus 10% is significant though. I think you just need to have it in your inventory. Because this would mean we might be able to use some kind of shield. I wouldn't have the beats for that, but I'm sort of skeptical about, or a little bit wary about bookcases. Are they hiding something behind them?
Yes.
Eleme Vogrei.
Yes.
Soul housing. You found this housing in the Academy of Shapers and Binders, though not in its sole depository. Fortunately, even if it is from the depository, you would not be responsible for its return.
Yes.
Yes. Time to finish this.
Another soul housing. Null grip. War maze. +8. Vampiric regeneration, massive criticals. What the fuck is the box? Mysterious device. The surface of this bizarre contraption is covered in levers and switches, gears and cogs. Any as likely a way of interfacing with the device as next. There is a small cavity at its center into which some item might be placed, but the effect of the device on that object is difficult and perhaps frightening to imagine. So, might as well just try it. No. Let's try it on Essence. Feat gained, Meliate Spirit, Lost Item, Volatile Spirit Essence. Still don't get what it does. Essence was just destroyed. Nothing happened to it. This passive ability allows you to craft from recipes that use volatile, brilliant, and pristine spirit essences. Well, that explains the reaction. Yes, that's just it. And nothing else. Not sure how useful it's going to be to me, but additional crafting capabilities. Tail Ka, Urunak. Just buffing my conversation skills a little bit, just in case. Look at this one, Thelka. Something familiar about her, wouldn't you agree? As usual, Oronak, you are mistaken. We have never seen this model before. Not the sight, my slow-witted associate, the smell. You said look, my developmentally stunted colleague, and so I did. But you make a point. Have we crossed paths before, mortal? I'm often confused with other spirit eaters. Maybe that's it.
Is that so? Well, no, that wouldn't be it. Unless. I believe you hit upon it, Telka. But don't spoil it. You might inadvertently spare this mortal some pain. Good thing you caught me, Oronak. I very nearly did, but no longer. I shall say no more. How might we be of service, mortal?
What do you do here?
We are facilitators of transactions, overseers of a small but vital subsection of a vast economy that happens to be centered here at this establishment. What my well-meaning but suboptimally competent business partner means is to say that we are in the habit of stimulating localized bartering on the premises. You'll forgive my mentally wanting accomplice for his overfondness of vague jargon. It is a natural habit when one spends his eons negotiating and drafting bargains. Put simply, we are here to trade.
You're here for the unclaimed souls that the Red Wizards extract here, correct?
Our astute? Yes, typically souls filter down to our realm on their own, undead. But this institution has tapped into some of our methods. It's created stragglers. We'd prefer to simply take them, of course, but certain prior agreements force us to seek them in trade. What transpires here is a mutually beneficial exchange of resources. The Red Wizards receive funding for their little school, and in return we receive a stipend of souls from their stockpile.
I'm looking for 4 souls with unique flaws.
Yes, we thought you might be. You have that look about you. Don't play coy, Telka. It's too easily confused with your penchant for cretinism. We can offer you something of that description, mortal. A soul that has been marked for damnation. It is what we do to claim ownership of a soul while its host still lives. This specimen is in a rare transitional stage. Its host is dead, but it has not reached Avernus to begin its sentence.
How did you come by such a soul?
One of the instructors here extracted it and traded it to us. Sadly, since it has already been marked by another devil, it's of no use to Oronak or myself.
What do you want in return?
Ah, clearly you worked with devils before, already jumping headfirst into the negotiation. We require a comparable soul in trade. The soul you want is rare. We'd like the same. For me, I'd like a soul from a person who lived in the filthiest, the most deplorable and wretched conditions, yet who forsook all thought of himself for love of another. Agreed or not? You missed the mark completely. And once again it falls to me to save our reputation. My ideal soul would be of one who was brought up in prosperity, yet sunk to the absolute depths of depravity, the sickest, most self-centered and delusional individual possible.
Which one is going to be?
We want one soul that has all those qualities.
You want a soul that is rich, poor, selfless, and self-centered.
Yes, I believe you've hit upon it exactly. Good luck.
Well, the solution is fairly obvious. We need to combine 2 souls. Probably with the golem, unless something new pops up. But we need the souls first. I would imagine that the library souls would be used on that. And we need to look at go into the device that allows us to look at the souls, determine the 2 ones we need, and then just go talk to the golem about it. That would be my guess at this point. Why is there an orb
These
here?
mirrors are strange indeed. They pull at you like lodestones.
Uncanny reflections. In the instructor's quarters section of the Academy of the Shapers and Binders, you found a strange apparatus, its function yet unknown. The floating red orb nearby may hold clues as its purpose. This orb is a control device of sorts. The enchantments on it feel familiar. It's my mother's work. I'm not sensing any wards placed on the orb, so go ahead and touch it, or bring it with us. Touch the orb. Determine the purpose of the orb. The orb glows noticeably brighter when you bring your hand near it. It seems to follow that this is some kind of a tactile control for a nearby device. Aside from the obvious floating enchantments, you are able to determine that the orb is bound by some unseen energy to the obelisk nearby. Further, touching the device with your bare hand appears to be a way to funnel energy to the obelisk. Take the orb so you can use it remotely. Activation orb. Right.
Yes.
I'll take the lead. Wait here for now. Time to finish this.
Okay, the question becomes, where the fuck do we want this beam to go? I think we'll leave it at this for now. Lead guards. Guards. Kitten slippers. Dexterity plus 6, freedom of movement, move silently plus 16, haste 4 uses per day, hard word petrify 1 use per day.
Yes?
To me, my allies, I shall lead.
Yes.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Some of these mirrors make no sense. Are they here to... physically as a confusion? So it's not immediately obvious what you need to do. I wonder how it reacts with this. Has to be this. Stop golem legs. Immunity to critical hits and knockdown. I think you need to put something here in the first place, and then something will happen here at the final destination. Maybe it's one of the... I'm not quite sure. I need to let it... Uh, need to let it go for a while and think about it. We have other things to do now anyway. Bit 2. Amangero. Oh, 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 oh. Ah. This man's lips move as if to speak, but his voice can manage no more than the faintest of whispers. You will have to lean in close to hear him. Sophia has brought you. Good. It's as Nefris hoped. Neptune, what are you doing here? Who did this to you? Don't worry yourself. I have done this by choice, and with your mother's help. It was a success. What was a success? Nefris asked me to keep something safe for you. She wanted to be sure it was you who got it, not Araman. That was her greatest fear. This was all I could do to reassure her, an apprentice's greatest honor. The thing you have must be of major importance. The room we're in. It's a ward for the soulless. Nearly all our most important work at this school
requires human subjects and sacrifices. Subjects who lose their souls are brought here to die. I endured such an experiment in order to have my soul transplanted or a surrogate. It is all that keeps me from death, and the very thing Nefri sought to keep from Araman.
What does Araman want with this surrogate?
This may be more than Nefris intended you to know, but Sophia is here. Surely her mother would want me to disclose everything if it meant her safety. The surrogate is a key, one of several. It will help open a door in Nefris's room. It was her wish that you reach what is behind it. Araman hunts our Academy's founder as we speak. He suspects any locked door of hiding her. I don't know what is behind this door, only that sealing it to Araman was more valuable to Nefris than her own life.
Can the surrogate be claimed without killing you?
The surrogate can be displaced. My original soul has a natural affinity to my body. It will re-enter on its own, and the surrogate may be extracted. You would need to locate my soul and bring it back to me, for my own safety. Nefris did not disclose its location to me, but she was fond of hiding things in plain sight.
So that's in the soul depository.
I would expect her to have hidden it in the soul depository. For you, it would simply be a matter of identifying it. There is a vessel there that serves exactly that purpose.
How will I know which soul's yours?
There is a viewer of sorts in the depository that will give you a window into a small cross-section of the soul. I wish I could tell you more, but naturally I have not had the opportunity to view it myself. I suspect you will find it, and I will certainly know it when you bring it near me.
I'll return with your soul. So that's the second one. Third one is from the devils. Is the fourth one with the art device here? We need to put something there, and something will probably appear there. But is it an item or is it a person? If it might be Sophia. I mean, if things were intended for her. Or me. It could be me too, I suppose. The color has drained from his body, and he appears to be in some kind of vegetative state. But there is no mistaking it. This man is Amangero. Determine the cause of his condition. Nothing about this state reminds you of any ailment you are aware of. However, Web 2 mentioned that this was a ward for the soulless. So his soul must be here too. I don't think it's in any way important for the story here, but I'm certainly interested in knowing why he is here in the first place. The pit fiends, no, they would definitely know. That's why that's the information I think they were hesitant to reveal at the start. Nothing to do with the Soul Eater, because they knew me as maybe as a companion of Amanjiro. And an acquaintance of mine has had his soul removed. Would you know how I could recover it? I see now. What a fascinating dilemma. I do hope we can be of assistance in the matter. This wouldn't be with regard to a certain warlock with glowing tattoos, would it? Yes, I want the soul of Amanjero. No. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Interesting. Maybe we can help you. Then again, maybe you are a simpleton who thinks we can find a soul without knowing whom it belongs to. It belongs to the warlock with the glowing tattoos, Amanjero. Know where I can find his soul. Ah, it just happens that we do. We were entrusted with the soul's keeping by the one who removed it. Why would anyone... What will it take to get the soul back? Helga and I have what you might think of as a joint ownership arrangement. Unfortunately for you, that means that you will have to have a way to pay both of our prices. I find myself short on the funds I normally use to help forge a certain type of pact with the denizens of this realm. I wonder if you might help replenish them. For me, soul will cost you 50,000 gold pieces. You're a fool to trust a commodity whose value changes with the wind, Sornak. I shall emerge the richer from this bargain. We have a training facility in Maladomini that, unlike this one, Beelzebub has put a high premium on souls that might one day swell the ranks of our elite negotiators. You will bring me the souls of 3 students, young, impressionable souls, the kind that will easily break. This is non-negotiable. His soul is already damned by another, and has no value to you. You'll both part it with less, or I leave and you get nothing. The soul's value to us is irrelevant. It is worth much to you, and for that you will pay our price. I suspect that the soul has value far more than nothing, which, as our leader has spoken, is exactly what you will get if you push your current bargain. Shrewdly assessed. You would go far in our realm, you know. If you like, I could put something in writing to arrange it. A generous offer, but I shall regretfully pass. For now, then, I will set my price at 20,000 gold. Should you reconsider, I could always offer a further discount. Oh, Ronak, you spineless imp! You could have gotten twice that. You will not get the same discount from me, mortal. My offer is 2 student souls, no less. Take it or leave it. I'll return with what you ask. How the hell am I going to get 2 student souls? Well, the depository. The problem is I can take out 1 soul at a time. That's not sufficient by any means. Especially since I have to permanently give souls away. Wait, maybe I can. Maybe I can trade in the 2 souls I have, or can ask some of the instructors to help me. Either way, I need to visit the soul depository, check what these souls contain. I need at least 4 souls at the moment. I need a soul with conflicting combination of traits. Can you make one?
I suppose I could. Not really. Well, it depends on what you'll accept.
What do you mean?
How to explain? Some of my work is on merging souls. Theoretically, I could take 2 souls with different traits and forge them together as one. But it doesn't work. I think it violates a law, but the headmistress won't hear of it. The merge never takes. I can fuse pieces of souls together, but the separate parts of the soul remain isolated. It would be like shattering my body and then trying to stick 2 pieces back together with mortar. A fundamental change has taken place. It can't be reversed.
Even fundamental laws are no obstacle to those with a will of their own and sufficient determination.
My companion speaks truly, and we should not need to remind you of that, my large clay friend. You would fit in here. Many come here because they think the way you do. I did. I don't know if you're right, but I think that I want you to be.
But you could at least join together a few souls for me.
Yes, with a few provisos. It will almost certainly fail to fully incorporate. It will technically be 2 souls shaped as one.
And when dealing with devils, technical correctness is the best kind of correctness, so we're all good.
But if you bring me 2 souls, each with half of the qualities you want, I will fuse them.
Very well, I will bring them.
You'll need a pass. If you get the soul from the depository, you'll need a pass to check out more than one. Take this with you.
Well, how are we going to do this though? Work order. First it gave you this document. If given to the caretaker of the soul depository, it will enable you to check out 1 more soul than you would otherwise be permitted to remove. Problem is, I can't return the souls, so I would be unable to get out more. I don't want to fight against the defenses of the depository unless I absolutely have to. Well, there's no... maybe things aren't that bad. I haven't talked to the other masters. Maybe I could get more work orders from them. Or maybe I can win something from the golem competition that would help us. And then less obvious. I'll talk with the other 2 masters that are, I guess, will be aligning with me, or at least willing to work with me. Mipris.
A terrible casualty for the Academy to lose its headmistress. I don't know what she did to cross Araman, but it was a tragic mistake. I have heard that she put up an incredible fight when he and the Academy Masters came for her in her tower. There was little she could do once Araman had consolidated his strength.
Do you know what she might have been doing just before she died?
I haven't the slightest. A very private person, Nefris. I believe in respecting people's privacy. And frankly, it's been a rarity in recent days to even see her come out of that tower of hers, that captive by her own will.
And the student is still here. Is that? Once he attacks, he's gonna die pretty soon. Yeah. He loses protection. Yeah, just let it go, dude. Red ray. That's not too bad. Astral Rodent Charm. +1 to armor class, ability score penalty -2 intelligence, +4 strength. Yeah, get this thing the fuck away from me.
All who can hear, follow.
I'm ready if you need me.
There's a locked door in Nefris's room with an inscription. Do you know anything about it?
I'm afraid I don't. Nefris, rightfully so perhaps, never permitted any of the masters in her chambers. What business could they possibly have had there except to seek an advantage to leverage against her, or to seek her outright removal as Saruman did? Trusting wizards have short lifespans in Thay. Me, well, I suppose I am, but only the people who have no reason to plot against me. As for the rest, I've simply outlasted them. That's just a matter of knowing the direction of the tide. Besides, at my age and post, there are few who'd ever even think it worthwhile to do me harm. Might as well wait for old age to take me.
Hmm. I have a work order here that will allow me to check out 2 souls at a time.
The note is valid. You are allowed to remove no more than 2 souls at one time from the depository.
Hmm. How many souls can I have checked out at any one time?
You are allowed 2 because of the note. Okay.
We need to check the souls that we have first. Mr. Blue. The receptacle beside you flares to life, projecting above it a dazzled display of images and forms, too much in flux to single out any in particular. Voices too surge and recede, whispers and echoes mostly, but gradually a single voice rises above the rest. Gift from your doting admirer? First of many, I'm sure. How else would he keep a woman's interest? Not with his looks, that much is certain. His looks, his stares, like I'm not even human, like I'm a slave, or a cut of meat. What is his sick fascination with the girls he teaches? He's probably never been with a woman. Why else the stares? Why else the awkwardness and the strange gifts? Keys. Who gives a woman keys? Still, it is a gift. There will be more, especially if I play him right. There will be other advantages too. If I don't lead him my way, someone else will. And there's this key. Why can't I use it? Does it lead to something that I can use against him? Something valuable? Or will you write me some drool-spattered love note about how it is the key to your heart? Either way, it is my best interest to know what it opens. So this is one of the students, definitely. Soul of a student. We need another one. No matter how I look at this, we can't get the souls we need. We need something extra. This is bad. She said she'd meet me right after class. It's been too long. I've been here too long. This is bad. What could she have to tell me? I'm sorry. Not her. Not in 1,000 years. I should go. I've been here too long. What good would an apology even do? He loves her now. Nothing will fix that. Why did I even come here? So naive. So naive to be hoping. Hoping for what? Pathetic. And now you're alone in this creepy secret room, and you still haven't left. She's not coming. Why would she? The door. Get to the door before... Locked. Of course she would do it. No one else knows I'm here. Okay, are these both student souls then? So we could use these as trades. Question is, what the hell are we gonna do with the... We need 3 souls basically to be able to move forward. 2 to do the trade with the fiends, and 1 for the pupil. So there's just no way this will work. We have the 2 other things in addition to this, the golem laboratory and the weird device downstairs. So there's possibility of finding extra souls, or if not extra souls, an extra permission to get more souls out of here. Other way. Soul housing number 127. Okay, this is good. It's good because these depository souls are numbered. but there's no real threat of mixing them with the others. Still, we need both. We need 3 souls. There's just no getting around that. So might as well just start this and see where it goes. We don't have any other option after we've done this. Nothing new has popped up. Then we'll just have to take the soul and run with it. 127. He has to know by now. I practically told him. Could have tattooed it on my forehead. Maybe I will when it's done. I'm on the rise. He's on his way out. The Zolkirs have said as much. Just about dared me to do it. Prove I have the will to govern. I'll show that and more. I'll give them a demonstration of the kind of rule I mean to have in his place. He will be my first example, my old mentor, my fading father. I'll fly a new banner over my Tharge, crafted with his skin, stitched with his sinew. It's no good. Too wide. I can't close this. I can't hold it together. Stand and I lose my blood all at once. All that time spent looking for wards, elaborate magical traps. He knew I missed it. He knew. Could I crawl to a healer? Crawl before I bleed dry? No, he'll not have this satisfaction. I'll go out on my terms, on my blade, into a brilliant political career. Perhaps he'll slip on the blood and break his blasted neck. That doesn't seem to be of interest to us. He hasn't seen them yet. There's still time. I can still forge them, fix them up a bit. He'll never let me stay. Tops in his class when he was here. That's what he'll say. What he always says. He'll bring up Mother too. I know she'd be disappointed to see her only daughter failing, like she was with everything. Like she was with her privileged life, like she was with her icy husband and all her lovers. Follow my parents' example and I'll be dead inside by the time I'm 20. Prominent, wealthy, walking dead. Everything I've always wanted. Let's see what he has to say to that. Such an opportunity, such advancement, be in her company, to know what she knows, what work she does, the forefront, absolute forefront, foundations of the universe, comprehended, iron law made pliable in her hands, such as, I can never disappoint. If I commit to this, to her, it must be all of me for she who understands, for she whose soul is wanting as my own. Light above the receptacle flashes brightly, its images transitioning at an incredible pace. At last they slow, and a voice from before is audible again. This is insanity. Only a fool would consider it. Is that what I am? Would she even notice? Fool. It's never been done. Never been done. Has she ever attempted anything similar, or did she ask me without testing? Would she do that? She would. If she needed to, she would. She'd do it for him. Who is he? Did he go through this, or worse? Nothing is worse. She'd have to see that, have to know this. I'll die. I'll die for this. I will fail, and I'll die in agony like the rest of those poor wretches in that nightmare room. I'll die, and this will be all over. Good. Good. So that's our 346 would be the student who helped Nefris. 223. What we wanted someone who had a shit life and was still incredibly good person, and one who was incredibly privileged and still was a giant piece of shit. Maybe the green one was that. I don't know. Maybe it does nothing. Maybe I'll pull it and nothing will happen. Big deal for nothing. No need to get worked up. But what if it does do something? Does it look evil? What does an evil lever look like? Hopeless. You wouldn't know an evil lever if it turned your arm into a serpent. You certainly didn't know the one that sprayed the Dreneb with poison gas. You didn't know the one that burned off Chakret's face, nor the one that was rigged to poke that sleeping manticore that ate Prieva. This is a different lever though. Different is good, and none of them has actually done anything to the person pulling the lever yet. Must be for testing purposes. If you don't pull it, and it's something good, and someone else gets it, you'll never forgive yourself. Neither would Shekret, Draneb, and Prieva if they were still here. Their spirits are looking down at you, wishing they could be here to pull the lever with you. Friends, this is for you. Yeah, okay, one of these souls is one of the ones we need. So this has to be the one that's from shitty conditions but still good. So perfect and quiet too, not fussy. Must have got that from me. Better be careful not to say that out loud with her mom close like this. So quiet, no idea yet what we do here. Not for a while. It only gets worse. Sorry, this is my doing. I brought you into this. Stop this. Find a way. Before it starts. Before she can work. Before... She's quiet. He doesn't know she came out alive. Maybe she didn't. Would he check? It'd be below him to check. How long could we hide her? Did he hear? Don't move. Stay still. Just wait. Wait. Sound and it'll be the end. The straps, the walls, the lash. No. The noose. He'll have it in for me this time. He hears. She'll pay. That what you want? Give him time to sleep again? You have all night to get it. So thin without her mom. If I don't get it now, I'll have failed her. Stay patient, quiet. Yeah, I think this is the one of our needed souls. What was the other? Change plans. Um, 91 is one of them. The situation might solve itself. Because I'm going to take the soul to the person Nefris prepared for us. My reasoning is this. Nefris should know about the rules of the Academy. And she has to know that if I take away this soul gem, a soul, and it will be put into the student and I'll get one of the keys, I can't get any other from the depository, and That's very likely what we need to do, somehow. Because she knows where all the souls are hidden. So she has to provide us with a way to get access to additional souls. Right? Let's take this one step at a time. Or the person we free might be able to assist us. I mean, use his turrets or something. I feel this makes much more sense than trying to deal with the demons first. Have you brought my soul? My body calls out for okay. Yes, I believe I have it here. Yes, I can feel it now. It's warm. It's familiar to me. I could just drink it in. Ah, such relief. I have existed as a shell, come to know the despair of emptiness. I was not prepared for it. Surrogate has collected in my soul's place, as never said it would. Such an inscrutable woman, my mentor. Twice like no one else I've known. Somewhat lost without her guidance. We have 2 souls now. We get third from... Yeah, the device has to provide us with a soul. Thanks for your sacrifice, Pep 2. Glad it seems to have paid off. Paid off? Who can say? It was what she wanted though, so I did it what I could. Before I forget, take this to the depository caretaker. You do not want to earn his wrath with an overdue soul. Promissory note. You should return to your task at hand. The longer you stay here, the more likely you'll be stopped, and all this will have been for nothing. Perhaps it is anyway. So that's our problem solved. Signed by an instructor at the Academy of Shapers and Finders. This note may be presented to the caretaker of Soul Depository. It is considered equivalent of having returned one of the souls you checked. So our dilemma has solved itself. Still need to locate the correct souls for the demons. Devils. They're devils. I think 91 is one of them. What's the other? I think it's the green one. NWN2. Turn this first. An instructor gave me this note so that I can check out souls again. This is acceptable. One of your checkouts is now forgiven. Two additional souls. Okay, 91 is the one, maybe 187 is the other. We can't afford to make mistakes here, so I'll save for combining these. I'm on the rise, he's on the way out. My old mentor, fading father, killing your father So, and he's the leader. So, a very privileged position and still a gigantic piece of shit. I'll try these. So, it should be easy to test. I'd like you to fuse 2 souls for me. Place them in the forge and I will take care of the rest. Then take the other one. I left it in the reader. Of course I did.
This seems right to me. The entire thing is completely unstable. 2 souls are in direct opposition to one another. I suppose you'll be giving this away to someone. And you reach your depository checkout limits already. Here, if you still wish to check out items from the depository, you can bring these notes to the caretaker there. They should restore your privileges.
Okay, well, yeah, doesn't matter what we'll do. The issue will solve itself. Worried about it for nothing. I brought you the soul you... No. I'm prepared to trade for Amangero's soul.
Yes, this ransom is acceptable. The soul is yours now. But be forewarned, you have brought possession of the soul, not redemption. Pharaoh is a marked soul. When he dies, it will go where it has long been destined, and the hells will celebrate. I see one of the souls you acquired for me bears the mark of the depository. How positively ignominious. You want to take this note back to the caretaker then?
Okay, even the devils, come on. Devils, come on, devils. What exactly did you take from me? Swimming in permissory notes. I brought you the soul you asked for.
Yes, I'm sure you have, and we have been given a lifetime pass to all the celestial planes for our charity work with orphans. Well, I'll be blessed. I think this may be a genuine article or not. You'll recall my cranially malformed construct that there is no conceivable chance that such a soul existed in the first. See for yourself my cerebrally misshapen colleague. What fraud is this? This soul has been crafted together artificially.
You got what you asked for. This is within the rules.
Ah, your use of trickery is cheap and despicable. Doesn't even deserve to be mentioned in the same sentence as our use of it. Take the soul, but know this, mortal. No one bargains with a devil just once, and we always come out ahead in the final transaction.
Can I buy something from you?
We aim to please.
Okay, this might be a good way to throw away money. 600,000. Robe of the Archmagi. We already have this, and it's not worth 600,000. Headband of Intellect plus 8. Well, it's better than the Headband of Intellect plus 2 that we currently have, isn't it? That's basically what it is, since we have the mind affecting immunity. Okay, sort of looks like a crown. I'm okay with it. Belt of Cloud Giant Strength plus 8 strength. Pinches Comforting Cloak. Resistance as immunity peanut, blah blah blah. Rabane's Blade. Plus 7. Criticals. Armor class 3s. Rune Scarred Greatsword 400,000. Plus 7. Dexterity plus 5. Saving throws. Wheel Heroism. Priest Armor class. Ring of Sorceress Power. Talisman of Pure Evil. Nothing particularly interesting. Nothing particularly bad either, just that seems to be the theme of things. We get new extra spells. Sweetie. Not sure how many of these we can keep, but I'll take True Seeing if I can. It's better than the Blind Side. I guess more instant death. Intelligence 39 plus 14. Our spells should be fairly tough to resist at this point.
Yes.
Don't really know what to pick. Dominate monster. Yeah, I don't particularly care. I'm sure we'll do fine no matter what we pick. Her intelligence isn't particularly high anyway, so they're much more easier to
I'm ready
resist
if you
than
need
my
me.
spells, for example. I guess we'll need to end it here. I'll return Amangero's soul. I don't think we're getting anything out of it. I'm interested in hearing why the hell is he here? Oops. And it didn't basically cost me 20,000 gold, that is nothing.
finish this.
We'll still have to do the golem hiding and figure out what the strange apparatus does. I think it's Sophia. Use Sophia there because Sophia would be the. These are things they don't. It's either me or Sophia. Let's go there and use the device. Yep, that would be like this explanation, I think. Reintroduce his soul. As you bring the casing near him, its contents seep out as if through a membrane and are drawn into his body. A moment passes and then at last he stirs.
I'm still alive, yes?
Yes, someone removed your soul. I just had to get it back.
And you have survived despite my failure to prevent your abduction. I suppose I should be relieved. Yet I get the sense that you have not journeyed into the heart of Thay on my account.
After I was taken, I was stricken with a fatal curse. I'm seeking a cure.
So a plot was set in motion after all, and my failure has brought doom upon you. It seems that calamity still follows in my wake even in victory.
You're no longer of use to me, Jero. Devour soul. Okay. How did you get like this?
A gift from an old acquaintance of mine. When the King of Shadows fell, and everything around us was flung into chaos, I saw you being dragged away. The dwarf gave chase, but your abductors correctly assessed his intelligence and managed to lead him astray. As the only other witness not unconscious or dead, I followed them.
What happened next?
Your captors went through a portal to the Shadow Plane. On the other side, I was ambushed by the headmistress of this infernal place. She remembered me from a time when I studied here, enough that she knew to deal with me quickly and without mercy. That was the last I saw of you or anyone else. I was brought here and detained after that, and then a procedure was performed upon me, leaving me as you found me.
Where are the rest of our companions?
Most are dead now. A few survived the collapse, but I was not able to linger long enough to check on their condition. I can only tell you what I saw in the few moments before I left in search of you. How much do you remember?
Mishka was still alive at the end of the fight.
Indeed, the demon girl was more loyal than anyone was willing to credit her for. What else do you remember?
Well, we killed Sand. Grobnar managed to survive the battle.
And how he accomplished that may never be fully understood. Keep going.
We can basically write our history here, what happened. Quara drove Sand out of the party and we had to kill him.
Their animosity was bound to explode at some point. An unfortunate development that it happened when it did. Anything else?
Kelgar raced to get everyone up as the ceiling began to cave in.
A good thing he did. None of us was ready for what followed. The killing blow against the King of Shadows.
Jave called out, warning us to run before we were buried alive.
I remember that as well. Of all the things she knew, that may have proven the most valuable. Do you recall anything else?
The construct aided our escape by smashing through walls when our path was blocked.
As much as we doubted that gnome, it cannot be said that his presence and the abilities did not prove useful in the end.
Eleni never left us in the Mare of Dead Men. Casimir was running out with us as the fortress collapsed.
Oh, that's right, go on.
Hmm. I remember being displeased that the fortress's architecture wasn't more structurally sound.
Yes, that powerful and evil beings insist on causing destruction even as they die is an unfortunate habit. I hope it is the last time I witness such an event, but go on.
That's all I remember.
I see. Then you recall nothing of the final moments when the ceiling gave away and sent many of our allies to their ends. Whose fate did you hope to learn?
Might as well ask about every one of them. Clara.
Powerful though she was, there was little in that fool girl's repertoire to save her head from being split by a boulder. I did not witness it with my own eyes, but she was not among those I saw among the rubble. She was most likely buried alive.
Eleni.
I passed the elf girl's body as I followed your kidnappers. She was pinned beneath a great slab of stone and was not moving.
Robnar.
For some inexplicable reason, the gnome threw himself across that golem of his to protect it from harm as a pillar fell atop of both of them. I did not have long to look, but I saw neither of them stir beneath it.
So everyone died. Is that it? Ishka.
I do not know if it was that coin of hers or someone watching over her from below, but she avoided missteps at every turn. She leaped over every crevice, tumbled past every rock. She was out in front of us when the final collapse occurred. Wall of debris may have been all that prevented her from joining me in your pursuit.
Helgar.
He lives. It is for the best that he did not find the portal to the realms of shadow. I do not think Nefris would have afforded him the clemency she gave me.
Casimir.
His back gave out as he stood under a collapsing doorway, trying to keep it intact so the rest of us might pass through it. It seemed a fitting end for one who followed his chivalrous convictions with such abandon, which makes me think it was perhaps
Sorry for the interruption.
It seemed a fitting end for one who followed his chivalrous convictions with such abandon, which makes me think it was perhaps not to his own dissatisfaction.
Um, okay, I guess that's all of them. Jave.
Of the Gitzerai I know nothing. I did not see her body amidst the refuse, nor did I see the direction she took as we fled.
Okay, so. Um, will you join me again?
Together we once achieved a goal none thought possible, but that was a shared purpose. To what end would you enlist my services now, when my foe is vanquished?
Hmm. Hmm. To save the life of one to whom you owe much.
I do not deny that without you I may have failed to eliminate the threat that the mayor of dead men. If you consider this to be fair payment, then it is done. Very well. I will remain with you here until your business at this school is complete. Afterward, we may discuss that when we come to it.
Well, fuck me. I didn't actually expect him to come join us. I was sort of just asking and waiting for the reason he gives why he can't come with us. So, level 20 Warlock. Um, okay. Now what? What the hell am I going to do with you?